I don't know how to paste these these things together, but I have to do it. Krishna, O noble, as the noble lady Purnamasi says, let us walk over to the assembly hall. Lalita and Padma will certainly come to offer their respects to Mother Yasoda. Okay? Now, Purnamasi, with happiness, O Queen of Raj, here is Chandravali. So now, for the first time in this book, she is not calling Rukmini Rukmini, because Mother Yasoda would not understand who she was. She's saying, this is Chandravali. She approaches and then embraces her with both of her arms. Yasoda, affectionately, my dear child, by my good fortune, I can see you again. She places her arms around Chandravali. Chandravali, remember, Chandravali already says she wants to go back to Vraj. So she's beginning to understand who she actually is. Chandravali offers respectful obeisances unto the Mother Yasoda, and tears start flowing. Mother, who is more merciful than you are? You gave me the great good fortune of touching your feet. Chandravali speaks again. Mother, you are more affectionate to me than millions of other mothers. What girl is so wretched that she can't remember the auspiciousness of the place where you live? Mukara then says, Oh Radha, I have not seen you. Now this is here. It hit. Mukara can recognize Satyabhama as Radha. Here it hits. Rupa Goswami is just hitting it. Mukara embracing Chandravali. Oh Radha, I have not seen her. You for such a long time. Then she cries with her open throat. In other words, she can't even hardly talk. Yeah. So Mukara, the grandmother, she reveals that I'm seeing you, Chandravali, but where's Radha? Yasoda, oh mother, why do you speak these syllables? Radha. These syllables are like two bolts that unlock the great cry of suffering in my heart. Then Chandravali, this should make someone cry. A whole book. And here it is. Chandravali just says, oh, you mean my sister Radha? Oh, I'm so blind. I am so wretched. Even once, I did not recognize who she was. Then Rohini, oh child, oh most beautiful girl, in these worlds, where did you go? Purnamasi, alas, only because I, in hand, only because I am as hard as Indra's thunderbolt in my heart, I'm actually still alive while hearing all this happen. No. Yasoda, Mukara, Chandravali, and where is Radha? But Radha has gone to commit suicide. Oh, then Oh, hope you hang on, little mobile. Then Rohini, Mother Rohini says, "My dear Yasoda, Chandravali is overcome with grief. Forget your own suffering and please console her." Yasoda then embraces Chandravali. "Mother Chandravali, don't be so unhappy. There is no remedy for this situation. Now, here's the helper of Rukmini, who we were calling by another name before, but now she recognizes. So Rupa Goswami does not call her by the name that he called her before. He says Padma. Padma is a good friend of Chandravali and in Vraj. So Padma glances to the left. "Well then, who is this girl? I have not seen anyone as beautiful as she is. I feel that I have seen her before." She approaches and begins to shed tears. Lot of tears. "Oh, beautiful one, by seeing you, I remember. You are my friend. You are Lalita. And I am overcome with love for you, Lalita." Again, Padma with emotion. "Oh, you are Lalita." She embraces her with both of her arms. Lalita firmly embraces her and says, "Why was our dear friend Chandravali separated from you?" Padma, "Friend, I am very unfortunate." Then a servant says, "This is noble Rohini's palace." The two noble ladies then enter and go in. So they both go in and they go offer their respects to Rohini before going to the assembly hall. They're on their way to the assembly hall. "Rohini, oh noble lady, who is this girl? She looks exactly like Lalita." Everybody's just waking up. The whole thing is, this book, at the beginning, it gave the whole secret of the book. That one can't even recognize their own position unless it's revealed. So through the whole book, it had to come to a climax where everybody starts getting revealed. Oh, now Lalita speaks. "Ah, how have Gokul's queen, Yasoda, and all the others, friends from Gokul, come here?" That was Lalita. She cries and falls down and tries to touch everybody's feet. Of course, everybody crying together tried to lift Lalita up to embrace her. Chandravali, "Oh, friend Lalita, oh, you are still alive." Remember, Lalita also threw herself from Govardhan Hill, but she was caught by Jambavan, so she didn't die. But when Radha and Vishaka entered into the rays of the sun and went to the sun god, Lalita says, I'm jumping off Govardhan Hill. So she did. She jumped off Govardhan Hill. So until this time, which is quite a few years, it's not a little bit of time. It's quite a few years. So here we are. Chandravali then speaks. Lalita, you are my sister, and now I have found you once again. Remember, actually, the 8 Sakis and Radha were taken to the Vindhya mountains. So when they came to know each other, they weren't grown up. They were just like taken out of the womb and taken so that they wouldn't be discovered by Kamsa. And they came together in the Vindhya mountains. And they didn't stay there that long, but at least they started seeing each other. So every one of them are saying, you are my sister, you are my sister, because that's how they were born. They were in the Vindhya mountain and they started recognizing each other as sisters. So that's why she's calling her her sister. Padma embraces Chandravali. Oh, my dear friend, I am very, very fortunate to see you once again. Then Purnamasi, look, as Padma embraces, as she embraces Padma, Rohini melts with tears. Rohini melts with tears. Lalita then says, "Oh, noble lady, I have heard that Rohini is in the truth, my dear friend. Chandravali, is it true?" Everybody's waking up. Sometimes it even confuses me. Then Purnamasi had to answer that one, says, yes, she is. Yes, Lalita, she is. Rukmini is your friend. Okay, Lalita, why did the sun god send a girl by the name of Satyabhama here? Her sufferings are known to everyone around here. Now, they don't know it's Radharani. Lalita has not come to grasp that Radharani is still alive. Remember, she went away and jumped off the hill, and now she has come out, and Radharani has already run away as Satyabhama. Then Purnamasi has to speak up. My child, Chandravali, from the mouth of, let's see. My child, Chandravali, from the mouth of Balaram's mother, Rohini, we heard your anxiety. Please, don't be anxious anymore. Now, that one I didn't understand. Purnamasi, my child, okay. Chandravali, okay. From the mouth of Balaram's mother, Rohini, we heard that you were in great anxiety. Okay, there we go. Yasoda, child, you stand in the place of Radha. Why should you be unhappy in our presence? So everybody just walked in from Vraj doesn't know what has been happening. Then Chandravali, friend Lalita, listen. the beautiful sight of Radha, which is more dear to me than my own life breath, does not for a moment enter the pathway of my eyes. Instead, the sight of another girl is in constant companion. The sight of this girl fills my heart with unbearable pains. So she's not recognizing who Radha is yet. Then Pakula runs in. She's going to say something. Although again and again I tried to stop her, Satyabhama is now entering into the Kaliya lake to commit suicide. There it is. The video's hanging on, you guys. Okay, Purnamasi. Fortunately, the strong winds that bring pain to the lotus flowers have now entered the mouths of the snakes, and the snakes are being stopped by that strong wind. Bakula, I saw what happened. Navarindavan told Krishna, filled with anguish. Krishna had followed her there. So now we know that Krishna even went there. Then everyone, no, without any delay, any longer, let us go to the Kaliya lake. That is the home of the snakes. Struggling to walk, they exit. Now everybody's running over to the lake. Radha, in Sanskrit. Now this is Radha is talking. I am completely controlled by this woman. Krishna's company cannot bring any happiness to me. Why should I be afraid to be separated from this Lord Krishna? At this moment, the only path that I have leads to death. Then Pingala. Pingala is she's the one who brought the Shamantaka jewel. Pingala was given the Shamantaka jewel. She gave the Shamantaka jewel to Krishna, and Krishna was to put the Shamantaka jewel on Radha's neck. When that Shamantaka jewel goes around Radha's neck, then Vishaka can appear. She was told by her father, Suryadev, that she could not appear until the Shamantaka jewel was around Radharani's neck. So Pingala is here. Prince, it is not proper for you to do this reckless act. So she's talking to Radha. Radha with a little contempt. Friend, tossed by the great waves and filled with the venoms, glistening black snakes, this Kaliya lake eternally brings pleasure to my eyes now. So she's on her way. Anyways. But her left eye trembles. She speaks the following rebuke in Sanskrit. The wretched spider of my left eye trembles. That spider is now weaving a web of hope to trap this insect of my life. In other words, it's auspicious. Something very auspicious is about to happen, and Radha does not want to accept it. Pingala. This is a sign proclaiming that all will be well. Please wait. Don't do what you want to do. Stay alive just a little longer. Okay. Radha, why Okay, here we go. Why should I trust these sweet words of hope spoken by the monkey of my eyes? And she jumps into the water of the Kalia Lake. Now, here comes the hero. I don't know. Hero? Should we call him a hero now? Now, accompanied by Nava Vrindavan, Krishna then enters. Krishna, after long separation, the bird of my life, breath, finally takes shelter in the dark shade of the fragrant vine of your holy body. Now you are throwing that delicate, slender, vine-like body into the bursting flames of poison of those snakes. Oh, hard-hearted girl, why do you have not even the slightest fragrance of mercy on me? I will suffer. And then Krishna jumps into the lake. Oh, okay, Krishna. Nava Vrindavan, my lord, that king of jewels, my lord, this king of jewels removes all inauspiciousness. She ties the jewel around Krishna's waist. So now Krishna has the jewel, and it's just about to go around Radha's head. Alas, this is Radha. Alas, alas, even the snakes refuse to bite me. This wretched person of mine. Krishna. Oh, I'm trying to read into the phone, but you got to see a picture, huh? Krishna. Hastily then approaches. Oh, you reckless girl, why have you done such a thing? This inauspicious act. Then from behind he puts his arms around her neck, but his arms are black and she thinks it's the snakes. so Radharani has now become confused. Overwhelmed with grief, she does not hear Krishna's words at all. She suddenly becomes joyful and she says, oh, now I'm so fortunate. Now the snakes have wrapped themselves around my neck, and now I will go. She becomes pleased by the touch of the snakes. At the right time, even the most harmful danger can be very pleasing to a person. The touch of these snakes is bringing great pleasure to me. It's Krishna's arms. If the words of Krishna is interpreted to say, Lord Krishna, the verse may be read or interpreted. Now I am touched by Lord Krishna. Now destiny is kind to me. Now all my suffering is over. So, two ways to interpret that verse. Okay, now Radha, slightly opening her eyes. Oh, this is so strange. This snake, which has a head decorated with a colorful jewel, refuses to bite me. That jewel is the Shaimantaka jewel. Nava Vrindavan, oh beautiful one, a coiled jeweled snake touched by the pure Malayan breeze is different from Krishna's arms, which is marked with the sign of the Sudarshan Chakra, decorated with the jewel, and anointed with the splendid sandalwood paste. So that's actually what she's seen. Hang on, everybody. Oh, beautiful, Krishna says, oh, beautiful one, why do you try to make the eyes of the entire world barren and useless by giving up your incomparable beauty, your beautiful body, which frightens even the goddess Lakshmi with its boundless sweetness? Radha then says, alas, alas, I have died once, and now I am going to die a second time. For the sake of this worthless person, you have thrown Lord Krishna, who delights the three worlds, in the lake of serpents. Krishna is always having fun in the lake of Kaliya. Now, arriving on the shore, Krishna places the jewel in Radha's hand and rebukes her with a smile, and then says, merciless girl, voluntarily and with great love, you offered many benedictions to these serpents. Why do you refuse to offer any benedictions to this one serpent who passionately is in love with you? Come, let us go to the pavilion of the Madhavi vines. And so, there it is. Radha has the Shamantaka jewel. She'll put the jewel on her neck, and they're together again. Of course, accompanied by Purnamasi and all the other women, and Mother Yasoda, they're still all crying. Yasoda says, alas, alas, I am very unfortunate. Even though the crude Kaliya serpent was defeated once, it has now entered again to torture me inside. Then Navavrindavan aside says, my strategy was to free Radha from from all this suffering. Oh, noble ladies, please be conformed. Please be conformed. Please settle down. Give up your unhappiness. Lord Krishna, who carries the flag marked with the signa of Garuda, has now rescued Satyabhama and carried her to the shore. Everyone then becomes choked up. Well done, my dear Krishna, well done. And they become peaceful. Then another voice from behind the scene. There is a demigod, Brahma, who was born from the lotus and who is spiritual master of the three worlds. Following behind him is Shiva, who is crowned with the crescent moon, and who rules the powerful bull, Nandi, with also accompanied by his wife, Parvati. Shiva now enters Dwarka to see Krishna, the king of the Navavrindavan. Look, Lord Krishna has come to please Parvati's husband, Shiva. Excuse me. Observing from a distance Krishna coming, everyone becomes so happy. Purnamasi. O Nava Vrindavan, where is your dear friend Satyabhama? Then Purnamasi. Nava Vrindavan first says, there is a pavilion of jasmine flowers over there. She should be there. Because that's where, actually Krishna said Madhavi flowers, but she's saying jasmine flowers. So he took her to the pavilion of the jasmine flowers. Purnamasi. While Krishna is absent, let us quickly send Satyabhama to Kundina. Yo, you guys are something else. Here, all of a sudden, they're united, and Purnamasi is making this. Okay. But Mukara is not going to put up with this. So Mukara said, no, I'm going to go over there and bring her out. Accompanied by Pingala, Radha enters. Radha, who is talking here? Who are these people? Pingala then says, oh, Queen Rukmini's relatives are speaking badly about you. Radha says, alas, I am not even able to die. She covers her face and weeps. Then Mukara glances at Radha from a distance, becomes struck with wonder, and then returns. So now the dear little old lady, she recognized Chandravali, and she pointed out who Chandravali was. Now Satyabhama doesn't even know she's Satyabhama. Right? So now, here we go. Oh, Purnamasi, Mukara, why have you come back? So Mukara said, noble lady, there is something that I wish to tell you right now, but I'm actually scared to bring it out. Purnamasi then says, oh, you bewildered old lady, why should you be so surprised? Tell me, and I will not mind. Mukara then says, it is like this, shedding tears constantly and trying to talk into the ear in a fluttering voice. She could hardly talk. Then Purnamasi, with some contempt, O speaker of incoherent nonsense, be silent. Why does destiny treat you in this way? Then Yasoda, O noble lady, what did Mukara say? Purnamasi, O queen of Gokul, it is not possible. It is just not possible. Mukara then says it again into Purnamasi's ear. Are you fool? I know. Satya, the Shaimantaka jewel, has cast a spell on you and turned you into such a fool. Mukara, look, granddaughter Lalita, you come and look for yourself. Lalita glances at the face of Purnamasi. Let us go and see for ourselves what can be done. Everyone walks over to the Jasmine Pavilion to see what this Mukara is saying is true or not. Then Purnamasi, going a little ahead of Lalita and Mukara, she becomes suddenly filled with emotions. Yeah, it's so hard to read this, and this video stay on. But these are the climaxes. Purnamasi couldn't even see. Yes, Purnamasi couldn't even see who Satyabhama was. How is it that even though I cannot clearly see her, this very beautiful girl awakens such compassion and wonder in my heart now? In other words, Satyabhama just opening everything up in Purnamasi. It was covered. It wasn't able to come out. Lalita, oh slender girl, why are you crying so much? Radha now then says, she removes the edge of her sari from her face. She sees suddenly, calling out, oh, oh, is this my dear friend Lalita? Oh, oh, is this my affectionate Purnamasi? Oh, is this noble Mukara? Now overcome with happiness, she falls to the ground. Now that makes Hers Panchami a beautiful ending. It's not an ending that never finishes. Every year the same thing. No, that was a beautiful ending. Now even Radha wakes up. She sees that who she really is, and she sees who everybody really is. This is only given by Rupa Goswami. Thousands of years. Not 1 or 2 days, but thousands of years. Just to bring this out. Well, I think that's enough. It's hard for me to... I'm just going to put all 3 of these videos out. Somebody can put them together. But it's good that it was hard to put out, because it shows how important it is. Someone in the morning was pointing out to me that Gornitai didn't have any mukut on and didn't have any hair on, so I put his Bengali style hair, just trying to change the subject matter to get my brain back together. I really didn't like having to hold this. Oh. Yeah, I didn't like having to hold this machine just to keep it going. But if I hold it and move it around, then it doesn't want to shut off. Oh. Well, I tell you, this book, Lalita Madhava, is also in, sound. I think it was Banu Swami put it out. Oh. And of course, I've got to say, Vishaka appears. Yes. The Shaiman Taka jewel is on Radha's neck. Radha is now remembering who she really is. And Vishaka appears. Actually, I shouldn't get into anything else. Yeah. So there it is. Vishaka now comes into the picture. Oh, now Vrindavan says, look, Vishaka is happily coming this way from the distance. Vishaka then embraces, okay. Oh, all the women come and approach Vishaka and embrace her. They offer respects to her lotus feet. She then embraces Radha. Then Lalita, oh friend Vishaka, I am actually seeing you once again. Then tightly embracing each other, they talk more. Oh. Then Chandravali doesn't want anybody to hear because she's feeling bad about how she had treated her dear friend, her sister, Radharani. She says to Purnamasi, "O noble lady, repeating my words, please beg my noble husband to accept the hand of my sister, Radha." See, you gotta know what's happened. When Putana was carrying the kids back to Vraj, Chandravali fell because the Pujari cursed Putana and she dropped Chandravali. She fell into the river, and Bhishmaka brought Chandravali up. Of course, she divided herself and went to Vraj Leela also. So then when Rukmini sends a letter to Krishna and Krishna comes to marry her, Bhishmaka, he says to Krishna, I will give my daughter Rukmini to you on one account, that you don't marry any other girl. And then Krishna said, why not? I will follow. And then Bhishmaka says, why did I say that? I shouldn't have said it like that. So Bhishmaka comes back and he says, okay, you can't marry any other girl unless my daughter wants you to. So, here it is. Chandravali is asking Krishna to please marry Radha. So many intrigues are coming to a climax. And of course, because he marries Radha, remember he just killed Narakasura. Narakasura had all the 16,108 Sakis in his prison. And then Garuda went there, picked them up, puts them under his wings and brings them. Now that's quite a flight. There's two places where Banasura had forts. One was just here in India in the hills. But it isn't like what is described. So I would say that it's Maui, because also he had a place in Maui, in Hawaiian Islands. So Krishna went there and defeated Banasura, and now Garuda is bringing all the captured princesses, and he's going to marry them. So this is going to be a marriage ceremony, an incredible marriage ceremony. Balaram is going to marry, and Krishna is going to marry Radha and the others. So, fantastic marriage ceremony. But This could have not happened without Chandravali begging Krishna to marry Radha. Oh. Okay, I better push this red button so I can stop.